Absolutely. So in today's notes, there will be a list of other resources to learn more about the stuff we learned about in class and about some of the topics that we didn't get to. So when it comes to React, some of the big stuff we didn't get to, we never talked about prop types, which is something that's used a lot, which is something that will just check the data types of the props that you send in. That is pretty widely used. There'll be several links about that, or at least one link about that. I think two. I don't know. There's at least one link about that. One, okay. So if you want to learn about that, a little bit of type checking. The context API, which I alluded to a couple days ago, which is one of the ways of dealing with the situation where you have props that you need to pass around all over the place. You need to go through some components that aren't even using those props just so you can get to a lower prop. Heck, we did it already today. We do it all the time. We have an insane list of props. So the context API in recent versions of React gives us a new way of doing that. So there are multiple links about that in today's notes. There's Redux, which is another common way of dealing with that situation and just dealing with complex state management in general. Because while React state is great, at a certain point, it becomes a little unwieldy. And we're approaching that point with this app. I would probably actually use Redux if I were doing this app in the real world. So several good links about Redux. There are a lot of tutorials out there, including a free video series from Wes Boss, who did JavaScript 30, which was in the list of things you could do before you came. It's really good. It's a couple years old. It uses a slightly older version of React and an older version of React Router that's pretty different. But Redux hasn't changed that much. It's still a good tutorial. You build an Instagram clone. Some more links about CSS stuff, because we touched on CSS quite a bit, but we never really dug in. So there'll be several links about that, about Flexbox layout, about grid layout, which we didn't use, but which is new and exciting and allows for a lot of layouts that were just plain impossible before, or so impractical and unperformant that they may as well be impossible. What else was in that list that I just sent you? That's what I just said, yeah. Flexbox, grid, Redux, context. Okay, yeah, cool. But there are several different resources for each of those things. Flexbox, there's also a free video series by Wes Boss. CSS Grid there is too, which I didn't even know about until I found that link this morning. He has a lot of free video series that get sponsored by people so that he still makes some money. They're really good, though. He explains things very clearly. So if you want to keep learning about this stuff, I encourage you to do so.